Live from WTTW 11, this is Chicago Tonight. Here's Bob Sirott.
Welcome. Author of Spiffy Kitchen Collectibles will be here with some very unusual gadgets from the 50s and 60s. It's the latest craze for kitchens. Decorators are turning to funny gadgets from the 50s and 60s to liven up the kitchen decor. And some of the kitschiest products can be found in Evanston architect Brian Alexander's new book, Spiffy Kitchen Collectibles. And we have some of those collectibles in our studio tonight, along with the author of the book. Good to meet you, Brian. As an architect, I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. People want some of these items in their kitchens that they're remodeling and building, right?
Well, I think that it adds a certain appeal to people when they can find a vintage object that has a fascination that they're not available somewhere else.
Do these products still work, by the way?
Well, for the most part, you can use the kitchen collectible if you thoroughly clean it and take care of it, and it should hold up pretty well.
Let's look at some of these items, starting with the automatic potato peeler from the 60s.
Okay, the automatic potato peeler washes and peels your potatoes automatically, and it also cleans itself, and there's no waste and no mess and no work. And so it's so automatic that it's a wonder of this world, really.
What happened to this product? What phased it out exactly?
Well, I think that it was a televised, a TV promotion for a time, and I think people just moved on. But what's left behind now is this fabulous box and the fabulous gadget that it came in.
Oh yeah, I love the packaging of some of these things. It's fantastic looking.
Yes, that's part of the appeal, is to have some of these graphics where they're trying the best they can to sell it to you, and it adds to the collector appeal today too.
Sure, and we move now to the automatic butter curler. Where is that?
That's right here.
Oh yeah.
If you were having a fancy...
Let me leave it right there, Brian.
If you were having a fancy dinner party, this wouldn't be proper just to serve a stick of butter. You had to have like a flowing fountain of butter to make everything perfect. And so, but the funny thing about this is that if it gets separated from its box, no one's going to be able to figure out what the thing is, because it's very hard to understand what the object is.
Yeah, right.
They would think, well, this is a planter or something.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't know, would you?
Yeah, it would be lost.
Now, what would this sell for back in the 60s?
Well, it was reasonably priced. It was reasonably priced. It's a collector curiosity. I think that a lot of these aren't that highly valued, but they add a certain appeal in terms of who would ever think to have a butter curler.
You would. All right, the cake cover. What's this called? The music cake cover?
Yes. This is the music cake cover. It's from about 45 years ago. And the unique aspect of it is that it would actually twirl around and play Happy Birthday for you.
People, I'm sure, are looking at this thinking, where can I get one?
Well,
where do you get most of these things?
They're out there, but you really have to hunt for it. It's not like a standardized item you could just order from your catalog, unfortunately.
Is there an off switch? Good.
There you go.
The Big Top peanut butter. What's that? Oh, there it is. Look.
About 45 years ago, the Big Top peanut butter was sold in goblet glasses.
Look at that. That's heavy, too.
Right. So you got a free goblet when you bought your peanut butter. And today it's a curiosity to find one that's still unopened. It's like someone had that on their shelf for 45 years.
49 cents. Right. This has never been opened?
No, not as far as I know.
No, forget it. Don't even think about it. Okay, here's the Does detergent. Oh, what a great name. Look at that.
Does was one of those premium offers where they had dinnerware inside each package. The dinnerware itself today is pretty common, and you could find that pretty readily.
Like this?
Yes. What's really unusual, is to find a box with the dinnerware still inside.
No, wait a minute. The cup could be in here, but this would not be in here, right?
Yeah, the plate would be sold with a larger size box.
Oh, okay, good. It would be in Does.
With each size of box, you got a different piece of dinnerware. And if you wanted a matching serving piece, then you would have to mail away for it. So it was like a promotion offer.
Serving piece right there.
And it was successful for many years. It's just that today it's a curiosity to find, one of the boxes
And this
to reminisce about.
On a kitchen shelf, and you have a lot of clients who just want to put these on their kitchen shelves?
I think so. I think so because it adds a certain appeal that, you know, makes someone do a double take.
Sure.
You know?
Hey, how did you first get into this?
Well, I've been collecting for over 10 years, and, you know, the thought of doing a book was in the back of my mind, and, you know, it was given a major push when I signed up with Eric Zorn and his Someday Is Now program from the Chicago Tribune.
Oh, yeah, now that's the thing where you make a promise to yourself or to him or the Tribune or somebody that you're going to accomplish something.
It was a goal that you worked on a few days a week. And so after a whole year, you were supposed to have your mission accomplished. After the first year, my mission wasn't accomplished, but it did take 2 years, although that first year was critical and it provided a great framework, you know, to go onward with the project.
So the book was the result of your
participation with Eric Zorn, yes.
Huh, that's fantastic. Let's see, we have time for one more item. Let's look at the barbecue set from the mid-1950s.
That's right here. It has these great period graphics that shows people having a barbecue setting.
Look at that.
And
look at those people there.
Something like this was meant to appeal to the audience of the 1950s, and that's the same sort of factor that makes it collectible today.
All right, can you get in a little closer on this family? I mean, because this is how your barbecue never looks, right? Because at home, the fire is raging about 20 feet high, and by the way, your wife normally doesn't dress like that for the barbecue, and she would be saying, don't you know how to cook?
That's right.
Meathead? Yeah.
It's definitely idealized sort of barbecue.
Yeah. But that's what we wanted, and here inside should show this. I mean, this hasn't really changed over the years too much, has it?
Not particularly, but it is like a remnant of a different era that has appeal to people today.
So again, an idea of what these things go for in the collectible market these days? Give us an idea, a range.
A nice range would be, you know, $50 to $60 or $75 for a barbecue set.
Like for something like this?
Yes. And some of the other items would be upwards of $100. They're not extremely valuable, but they have a lot of curiosity for, you know, interested collectors, and they are increasing in value as time goes by.
Were you always a fan of the 50s? Is that how you got interested in this?
I think so. And when I started doing some decorating, my involvement, you know, increased, and I just went onward from there.
All right, it's Kitchen Collectibles, Spiffy Kitchen Collectibles, excuse me. And it's really, it's fun just to, even if you're not a collector, just to look at some of these products, and then you list the value of them today, right?
Yes, I list the relative values so that someone can use it as a guide to say what the price of something that might be hiding in their cupboard would be.
Right, yeah. It's like the Antiques Roadshow, isn't it?
A little bit.
And then you put down the company that made it and when it was made.
Right.
Nice to see you, and good luck with the Kitchen Collectibles.
Thanks for having me.
Off to the movies in a minute.